Hello, I wanted to make a few videos on how to be successful in solving the weighted mean and expected value problems in ALEKS, because on the midterm and final, you will not be able to use or have access to Desmos. So remembering that a weighted mean or expected value has two columns of data that we use. So in a weighted mean, we have the possible outcomes. It says a marketing research company records the consumer habits of a sample of 28 families from a certain community. So that would be here, a total of 28. The table below summarizes the number of gallons of milk consumed by these families during the last month. For these families, what is the mean number of gallons of milk consumed last month? So we want to know number of gallons of milk per family. So that's why we have to remember that we're going to divide by the total number of families, because that's the unit that's in the denominator. So what we did in class was we multiplied the two columns together. So we would take 3 times 3, 2 times 15, 5 times 10. And then we would add those products of 9, 30, and 50 to get 89, and then we would divide that by the 28. And when you do that, we get 3.17, or rounded to 3.2. But when there's bigger problems, and if you don't feel confident with your mental math, you should use the calculator. So I'm going to show you how you do that in Desmos. So exactly what we're doing is we're summing the products, right? So you're going to tell it to sum the products. So I'm going to sum 3 times 3, comma, 15 times 2, comma, 10 times 5, comma, however many possible outcomes there are. And then you're going to divide by the sum of the values here, 3, 15, and 10. And then it will give you your data, your answer, and then you're going to round it to the appropriate number. This was to 1 decimal place, so that's why it was 3.2. Now, in expected value, it's a little bit similar, except in expected value, right, we have outcome, and then we have the value of that outcome numerically, and then we have the probability of that outcome, right? And then we multiply the value times the probability, and we add them. So let's go to one in Desmos so that we can get some practice. So it says, Moto Win Auto Superstore is thinking about offering a 2-year limited warranty for $993 on all new cars of a certain model. The terms of the warranty would be at the Moto Win would replace the car free of charge under certain specified conditions. Replacing the car in this way would cost Moto Win $12,200. Suppose that under the warranty, there is an 8% chance that Moto Win would have to replace the car one time and a 92% chance they wouldn't have to replace the car. So they're asking us if Moto Win knows that it will sell many of these warranties, should it expect to make or lose money from offering them, and how much? So we need to look at the outcomes, and there are 2 outcomes that would be replace the car and not replace the car. Okay. And so I'm going to take you to my paper for a moment here. And we're going to write work them on paper. Whoops. So we have replace the car and not replace the car. So the value, they want to know what is their profit or cost to them. So if they replace the car, they have to pay out the $12,200, but the people paid them $993, right? So it would be $993 would be a positive for them minus the 12,200 that it would cost because they have to pay the person that value in replacing the car. And that probability is 0.08. And then if they don't have to replace the car, they have a profit of that 993 because they didn't have any cost of replacing the car. They didn't have to. And that likelihood is 0.92. We have to make sure that our probabilities add to 1. So we're going to multiply these two and add them together. And we're going to go to Desmos to do that work. So I'm going to share my screen to do that. Okay, so I'm going to put, since you can't do this in Desmos, let's go back to ALEKS here. Okay, so going back to ALEKS. So we are going to go here to the calculator and we are going to multiply we're going to multiply or subtract 993 minus 12,200 and that's going to get multiplied by 0.08. And so we're going to write that on our paper. That's the first product. That's a negative 896.56. And then we'll clear that and we're going to multiply 993 times 0.92. And that comes out to be 913.56. And we're going to subtract or add the negative 896.56 to get a profit of $17. And so we're going to go to our choices here. It says MotoWin can expect to make money from offering these warranties. In the long run, they should expect to make $17 on each warranty sold. Or MotoWin can expect to lose money from offering these. Or MotoWin should expect to neither make nor lose money offering these warranties. So I would say it's this one, and they are expected to profit $17. So catch me back for more of these after you've practiced some.